We are all currently trapped in an incredibly narrow slice of time, the ticking, immediate present. Yet, sitting inside that tiny window is a haunting awareness. We carry a deep, persistent intuition that we possess a reservoir of latent potential waiting to be realized. This creates a quiet anxiety. Out of thousands of possible choices we could make today, how do we know which specific path corresponds to the version of us waiting in the future? Without a map to bridge the gap between who we are and what we could be, we often find ourselves paralyzed by the sheer volume of choices in front of us. The Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung offered a precise answer to this problem by reframing human identity entirely. He argued that the self is not merely the person you are today, it is a much larger entity, the absolute totality of your psyche. This diagram visualizes his concept. The single dot represents your present experience. But the true self includes this point, plus every possible version of who you possess the potential to become over your entire life. This ultimate whole version acts as a teleological goal. It is an endpoint that actively pulls your current self forward. This presents a biological puzzle. If the complete version of you only exists in the future, how can it possibly guide the person you are right now? We often assume our future potential is a passive destination, a finish line we might accidentally cross if we make enough good guesses. Jung proposed the future self actively seeks realization. It cuts backward across the divide of time to influence the decisions you make today. The specific mechanism for this cross-time communication is what Jung called the instinct of meaning. Standard survival instincts tell you how to avoid immediate danger. Meaning, however, functions as a navigational tool for the psyche's growth. When we feel aimless, the problem is rarely a lack of direction. It is often an inability to recognize the signal our own potential is broadcasting. Consider the sudden, visceral sense of significance you experience when engaging with certain ideas or actions. This experience of depth exists apart from a fleeting emotional spike or a dopamine hit. Meaning is the total self signaling the exact direction required to integrate your latent potential. As this diagram shows, it highlights one path over all others. This targeted signal functions as a filter, setting aside the choices that lead nowhere. The subjective experience of meaning is the most objective compass we possess for achieving psychological wholeness. As Jung observed in his later years, simply recognizing the signal is only half the equation. To move forward, you must sign what functions as a contract of purpose, a conscious commitment to the path your instinct has highlighted. You fulfill this contract using 3 specific tools: your memory, your skill, and your imagination. Applying these tools allows the self to move from an abstract future goal into an active force. This creates a bridge for the self to engage meaningfully with the world. This engagement manifests through 3 distinct channels: love, intelligence, and power. These are the measurable pillars of a psyche that has successfully integrated its potential. Following the instinct of meaning is not a matter of personal comfort. It is the mechanism that allows you to bring your latent potential into the timeline of the world.